guys, we've spoken a lot about IITs, CA, CFA, law schools. I'd love to know about the dark side of these highly elite academic institutions or qualifications, because I don't think that's spoken about as much as, the perceived good stuff and the perceived, basically everything that the coaching classes try and sell you, right? So who wants to take this first? Like, what do you think is the darkest side?
Okay, I'll take this one first.
Yeah.
So professional exams is like a tunnel. There are lights in between, but once you cross that, there is brightness. So that path you have to cross is the most difficult one. It can lead to burnouts. Example, CA हो गया, तो उसमें if you fail once, you lose your 6 months. You see your peers pass, your friends pass, but you are stayed behind. I have seen people who started with me. I have 5 years of experience. They are still struggling to clear the exam right now as we speak. They have their attempts in coming May, so they might be studying their asses off in the library. So once you get stuck, it's sometimes gets very difficult to just get out of it.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yes, vicious cycle. And the sunk cost. Like someone would think, I have already spent so many years trying to achieve this. I'm so close, but yet so far.
True.
That is one of the dark side. It leads to burnout. Yeah, कितना failure एक इंसान झेल सकता है? Like 6 months, 6 months, it compiles to years and decades. Like I have read an article where the father cleared CA with his son or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Imagine.
Wow. While that could be an inspirational story to some, it definitely is not for the father, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
And it's not just about a series of failures. Even one failure can topple you. I mean, imagine in institutes like IITs, you have a group of people who have always been successful.
The stars of their
the
city.
stars of their cities, not even schools, right?
Yeah.
And they enter this college which has all these stars compiled together. Of course, there would be setbacks. Yeah, cutthroat competition, there would be setbacks. But those failures, that is the first time they're tasting the taste of failure, right? And if you can't handle that, that can destroy you. And personally, I have felt that. I've always been top of my school, top of my batch. I entered IIT. I was performing decently, but there were a couple of courses I did not like, let's say. And I flunked one course. And that was my first failure in general in life. And I really took it in a very hard way. It was very difficult for me to get over it. Luckily, I had a great community of friends. I had Ajinkya as well, who I spoke to back then. And I could get over that, and I could take that as a more positive influence on my life, that I would push myself towards more academic endeavors and get myself better. But that's not true for everyone. And a lot of people...
Exactly. Unfortunately, not everyone gets the help that they need.
Yeah.
I think for us, it's very difficult to face failures. Most of us use defense mechanism as humor, like I do a lot, if you have not realized.
Unfortunately, we're too used to winning when you're at these elite institutions, and that's not the best thing, especially in entrepreneurship. Right?
And we don't talk about mental health also a lot.
Yeah.
We don't speak about losing and taking a loss as well a lot. But we also don't talk about the right resources, the right reaching out channels, the right sense of community. If you do come across a person that you can really reach out to, that's good.
Correct.
But how many of us get that privilege?
So I feel when it comes to IIT, you like individually, most of the kids are geniuses in their circle. Now when you bring all the geniuses together,
You're just average.
Yes.
But in the larger scheme of life, aren't we all average? Some Tom, Dick and Harry will come who will always be better at something that you do. And I think since the beginning of time, you should be taught how to be average, but how to be good average. Correct. I think that's the most important lesson, that we need every single person to know that at some point in time, at some speck in the universe, everything is just averages out. As a mathematician, as somebody who studied maths, you understand what an average means. It applies to you, me, you, everyone. And that's average. You can be an outlier somewhere, but how frequently is that going to happen? Plus this vicious cycle of you've done well in your life, you need to do better now. up one, up one, up one, and where does this stop?
Yeah.
Where does this hunger take you? At some point in time, you need to start defining what success means for you, what hunger means for you. You need to start telling yourself that, is this my goal or am I mimicking somebody else?
Yeah.
You definitely need to draw that line.
Yeah.
Ajinkya's point actually is very well covered in the book Outliers. If you follow that book, no one should go to IIT technically, because if you are a star, if you go to an average college, you'll be a star. But if you are a star and go into a college like IIT, you will not be. And if you are there, you have to embrace that failure. And a lot of students who go there can't. So that learning needs to be incorporated. All these colleges try to bring in a mental health workshops and mental health teams.
But that does not work.
That doesn't
does
work.
it?
Exactly.
I mean, it's like cigarette ke box pe just put it causes you cancer, and then you'll be like awareness. Look how many people smoke cigarettes.
But then, if you are the smartest guy in every room, then how will you grow?
How will you learn also?
Yeah, how will you
true,
learn?
True. Yeah. And funny enough, we speak about mental health, we speak about outliers, we speak about being average, but we don't really speak about what personally we like or personally what we want. That is just non-existent for everyone.
Just keep running.
Just keep what to running to what?
Yeah.
There should be a purpose. You should get somewhere.
Yes. True.
I mean, no offense to all those people who go to running in the morning to, I don't know, get where.